Did you know that under extreme pressures, matter starts to act in strange and unpredictable ways, defying the rules of physics as we know it? This might sound like something out of a science fiction movie, but it's a reality in our universe. It's a phenomenon we could term as the pressure paradox, an enigma that's baffled researchers for years. Take the example of a diamond, the hardest substance known to man. It's nothing but carbon, the same element that makes up the graphite in your pencil. Yet when carbon is subjected to immense pressure and high temperatures deep within the Earth's mantle, it transforms into a sparkling gem, a diamond. It's as if pressure is a magic wand that changes the characteristics of matter, making it dance to a different tune. So what really happens when you squeeze something really, really hard? Stick around to find out. But before we dive deeper, have you ever wondered what pressure really is? Pressure, in its simplest form, is the force applied on a surface per unit area. It's like a crowd of people all trying to squeeze through a single door. The more people, or the smaller the door, the greater the pressure. Let's break it down a bit. Force, as Sir Isaac Newton taught us, is an interaction that will change the motion of an object if unopposed. It's what makes an apple fall from a tree or a ball roll down a hill. Now, when you apply that force over an area, you get pressure. Imagine stepping on a piece of bubble wrap. The force from your foot, spread over the area of the bubbles, creates pressure. And what happens? Pop! The bubbles burst. But what if we apply more force, or maybe decrease the area? Well, let's go back to the bubble wrap. If you stomp on it with more force, you'll pop more bubbles. And if you concentrate that force on a smaller area, say by using a high heel instead of a flat shoe, you'll also pop more bubbles. Why? Because you've increased the pressure. That's the magic of pressure. It's a delicate dance between force and area. Increase the force or decrease the area, and you amplify the pressure. It's like turning up the volume on your favorite song. More force or less area equals more pressure. But there's a twist. When we start dealing with extreme pressure, things can get a bit weird. The rules of physics as we know it start to bend, twist, and sometimes even break. It's like entering a strange new world where the laws of nature have been rewritten. Now that we've got the basics covered, let's see how this pressure can make matter behave in some really weird ways. Imagine squeezing a lemon. What happens? It squirts juice, right? But what if you could squeeze it even harder? Let's delve into the world of extreme pressures, where matter is pushed past its limits and the boundaries of physics as we know it are tested. Picture this, you're holding a handful of particles, each one buzzing with its own energy. Now imagine pressing them together, forcing them into a space they're not used to. What happens? Well, under normal circumstances, those particles would resist, maintaining their structure and properties. But crank up the pressure and things start to get weird. Those particles, initially so adamant in their individuality, are forced to get up close and personal. As the pressure builds, these particles have no choice but to move closer together. This closeness, this compression, fundamentally changes their structure and behavior. They're not just crammed together, they're transformed. Think of it like a bustling city. Each building has its own purpose, its own identity. But if you were to squeeze that city into a space the size of a small town, those buildings would have to change. They'd have to adapt to become something new. That's what happens to matter under extreme pressure. And this isn't just theoretical. We see this in action in the heart of stars, where immense pressure and heat cause hydrogen atoms to fuse together, creating helium and releasing energy in the process. It's this fusion, this change brought about by incredible pressure, that lights up the night sky. But stars are not the only place where this happens. Here on Earth, scientists are using extreme pressures to create new materials and explore the strange world of quantum mechanics. So, squeezing a lemon might not break the laws of physics, but squeeze something hard enough and you might just see some weird things happen. So, the next time you're making lemonade, try to remember, there's a universe of pressure packed into every drop. But how weird can things get? And what does this mean for our understanding of the universe? Well, let's dive into the deep end of the pressure pool, where things take a turn for the peculiar. Under extreme pressures, matter starts to behave in ways that seem to defy the rules of physics as we know them. Take, for instance, the phenomenon of superconductivity. When certain materials are subjected to extremely high pressures, they can conduct electricity with zero resistance. That's right, zero. It's like a busy highway at rush hour suddenly becoming a racetrack with no speed limit. Now, this isn't just a cool party trick. Superconductivity has profound implications for our understanding of physics. It suggests that under the right conditions, electrons, those tiny particles that usually like to keep their distance from each other, can pair up and move together in harmony. This challenges our understanding of how particles behave and opens up new possibilities for technology and energy transmission. But the weirdness doesn't stop there. Extreme pressures can also give rise to quantum effects that boggle the mind. Consider the concept of quantum tunneling. This is where particles under certain conditions can pass through barriers that should, in theory, be impenetrable. It's like walking through a solid wall as if it were thin air. This phenomenon, observed under extreme pressures, turns our conventional understanding of the physical world on its head. So, what does all this mean? It means that our understanding of the universe is constantly evolving. The more we probe the extreme conditions of pressure, the more we uncover about the strange and wonderful rules that govern our existence. So next time you're squeezing a stress ball, just remember, you're not just relieving stress, you're exploring the frontiers of physics. The pressures you apply, while not extreme, are a reminder of the fascinating, peculiar, and sometimes downright strange world that lies beyond our everyday experience. So we've seen how extreme pressure can make matter do some strange things. But what can we do with this knowledge? The possibilities are as vast as they are fascinating. Picture this. In the realm of material science, we could harness these pressure-induced quirks to develop new, super-strong materials. Imagine a world where buildings, vehicles, even clothing are constructed from materials that are not only durable, but also incredibly lightweight. But it doesn't stop there. The world of quantum computing could also benefit from these extreme pressure phenomena. Scientists could potentially leverage the weirdness of extreme pressure to create quantum states that would supercharge our computing capabilities, opening doors to technological advancements beyond our current comprehension. So the next time someone tells you you're under pressure, just tell them you're bending the laws of physics. And who knows? Perhaps somewhere in there is the secret to turning pressure into power, not just in the physical world, but in our lives as well. Well, that's all we have time for today. Did this video squeeze some new knowledge into your brain? We have journeyed through the paradoxical world of pressure, where the rules of physics as we know it take a back seat. We started by understanding the basic physics of pressure, how it works, and how it affects our everyday lives. We then dived into the deep end, exploring what happens when matter is subjected to extreme pressures. It's a world where the weirdness is the norm, and everything you thought you knew about matter gets turned on its head. We've discovered that when you keep squeezing, things don't just get smaller, they transform. Diamonds forming from carbon, helium reigning within Jupiter, and even the potential for metallic hydrogen, these are just some of the bizarre phenomena that occur under extreme pressures. We've seen how pressure, this invisible force, holds immense power. It has the ability to defy our understanding, to create, to destroy, and to transform. But remember, knowledge is just potential power. It's what you do with it that counts. So if this video has sparked a curiosity, a desire to know more, then that's a win. If it's made you look at the world a little differently, then we've done our job. As always, if you liked what you learned today, don't be shy to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more mind-bending scientific explorations. And let's not keep these fascinating insights to ourselves. If you know someone who enjoys a good brain squeeze, someone who would appreciate bending the laws of physics, feel free to share this video with them. Our journey through the world of pressure may have come to an end, but the exploration of the universe and its mysteries is never over. There's always more to learn, more to discover, and more to question. Don't forget to share this video with someone who you think might enjoy bending the laws of physics.